Okay, so we start with a new game. We're going to be running through about an hour's worth of the game. Go from new game, just the start, into building a lectern, which will allow you to gain KP through rest. So we start off here. The one that I prefer is the Mana Scoring Merchants. The other ones are always viable for anyone, but this one fits in well with how legendaries work. So in terms of how many legendaries there are, this one fits in very well for another part of the game, which is recruiting some units at level 11. So right now we're just going to start this way. And then go into Slap Games. I mean, Slap Games is extra crit damage. That's great. You could also go with some resilience for an extra constitution, although I don't think that's really that useful because your constitution is high anyway, and you're going to be using armors a lot in terms of your defense. It's mostly going to be coming through guard and your armors, so constitution really, it could play game here with your ponies, so it will allow you a lot more carrying capacity in terms of your ponies. But for me, really, it's not that useful. Experience, that's experience, right? That's just a question of time. Time will make up for that increase, where other increases such as constitution or slap gains can't be made up through time. And long walks, this one is definitely good, especially now that you can no longer have infinite fatigue. So fatigue goes down, you're always going to be resting. You're going to be resting often, and this could be useful within the game on the long term. But I still find that the bonus of slap games is much better, especially early game. Later game, especially end game, you're going to be having a shit ton of critical damage. So, it'll be less useful, but early game is very useful. Every time you get off a crit, you're getting 10% damage, since the damage is already quite low for crits early on. That definitely helps a lot. And I mean, you could put this on anything to anyone. This could also be a very good one, just in order to get money. For the moment, there are exploits available. I'll try as much as possible not to use the exploits, but it's a useful thing if you consider that to yourself that you're not going to be doing any exploits at all. But even then, its usefulness is kind of iffy. So I always prefer to play slap games myself. And in terms of a flaw, the carrying capacity is the one that I usually go with. Eternal Dissatisfaction can be useful, but I'm going to be running 4 Drunkards. So I want to heal Drunkard, and healing Drunkard, especially on the first unit, can really tank your happiness. So we're going to be running tight on happiness for quite a while, probably further than the first hour, even after getting to the first lectern. I won't actually be using it, or the lectern, I should say. I won't actually be using it, but because I'm looking to heal those drunkards. I want that out. I want those negative traits out, and just have useful positive traits. About a bad luck, no. You don't want to reduce your critical hit. You just don't want to. Very hard time getting up. That's a possibility. Although that means that at 0 you're at 10. I mean, not in every situation, obviously, if you're resting it down, but it's still. You don't want to have a chance to be attacked while you're resting. There are a lot of disadvantages of being attacked while you're resting, so you just want to avoid that as much as possible. Greediness. This is definitely a possibility, but it just extends how long it's going to take you to do the early one. So that said, I always go pretty much myself with weak appearance, because most of the carrying capacity is held in the ponies and in the various places where you're going to be placing resources. So then we go with a hard. Now I could go with Iron Man, but I'm just going to do free because there could be mistakes that are done during the Let's Play. So we're just going to go with that for the moment. And let's start. So here we get our axe. We're going to turn him into a woman right away. And give her a name. Give her Beyond, because Beyond is our axe warrior. Beyond is the boss of Ludern, one of the regions in the game, and we're going to want this particular axe to be carrying her weapon. So we name it right away. That way it's done, set up. Get her out of Wrath, yes, with the slash. And we go with Bloodthirsty for an extra 3% to our crit chance. And we're going to go with Strong so that she has some extra strength to her. Since base strength, it increases organically. Every level, your base strength will increase. And your gear, or your weapon in this case, the weapon will also increase your primary focus stat. So if you're a dex focused character like a ranger or an archer, you're going to be increasing dex from the weapon itself. And in this case, obviously, it's a strength focused character, so it's going to be increasing strength. So I want to have even more strength to add on to that, which also increases critical damage a bit more. And then, as I already said before, we're going with Drunkard right there. And then we go in with our sword. Our sword is going to be a sword and shield. It's a tank. Most of our units right now are tanks, especially early on when they're not really actually tanks at all, but just, you know, nothing. And we name him Arthur because why not, right? We don't actually know the name of the person who uses or who used in the past the sword legendary that we're going to be giving this character. So we just name it Arthur, and we know that it's a sword wielder because it's Arthur, right? With Excalibur. We're going to go with Thick-Skinned and Strong for the same reasons. Thick-Skinned, first of all, because the guard cannot be increased by anything except armor and armor, layers to armor, and the shield. So those are the only three ways to increase guard. You can never increase guard through after 3 points, and so on. So 3% guard is actually very good. Early on, it's almost nothing, and you can say to yourself, well, that's not very good. But later, 3% guard represents quite a bit of actually extra armor, just from the fact that it's mitigating that much damage. So you're mitigating more and more damage. And in my experience anyway, the thick-skinned characters more quickly get the trait of Shield Connoisseur, which gives you an extra 5% guard. So, and we go with our Drunkard again. Now here we have, we'll turn it into a man here, and we go with Urkashet. So Urkashet is in the lore the carrier of the mace. He's the builder. He's the person who created the ruins. Possibly not all of them, but you know, it's kind of hinted at that he was the one who's creating most of them. Since I mean, it's within the lore, but it's hinted that he either created most of them, or they are based on his creation of his land, his first land. So the one where you get his mace is the first thing, and so he built that one, and most other things were based on that in terms of the creation, in terms of the old stuff, the stuff from the ancient empire, whatever that is, however that functions in. We go again with our Wrath, our Pound. Yes, we want the Mason Shield. The Mason Shield because the first-hand mace, the one-hand mace, sorry, from one of the tombs, which will be one of the first legendaries that we're going to get. It's a mace. So we're looking at 2 tanks right now in terms of our sword and our mace. Of course, at the moment, the axe is also giving us sort of a tank, but that later on will become a support tank. Relatively early in terms of levels, but there's a certain amount of time that we're going to be spending doing things before that. And we go again with our Thick-Skinned and our Strong, so extra damage, extra guard, and our Drunkard. And finally, we go with our woman again. So Haroon, which is the spear wielder in the lore, in one of the tombs, which will be one of the first tombs that we're going to be doing, at least in terms of getting to it, because you have to do a whole region in order to get to this tomb, and it's very powerful, right? It's a spear and a bow, and those two weapons work in tandem. When you attack with the spear as a basic attack, it'll place a mark on a character, and then you can consume that mark with your bow for 2 extra VP on consumption, or you can place a mark with the bow instead and consume that mark with the spear as long as you're doing an adjacent attack, so an attack that is directly from beside the character, even if that character is currently engaged, and it will allow you to consume the mark for an attack of opportunity against the character. So he will attack and then attack again against the character. And remember that attacks of opportunity are more powerful than regular attacks. They start off at a base of 105%, and you have a lot of things that will allow them to increase in terms of the power to get them up to 120% damage on an AOO, on an attack of opportunity right off the bat. So we go with Strong again, and our Bloodthirst. Yes, because we want some of that crit, and Drunkard again. And we'll give this one a first aid, because we want her to help us out. Right? We want to be able to heal our people when we need to. And then we hit on the Pony. So Pony we named first because it's our first Pony, man. And then the appearance, whatever you want. I enjoy the black one as my first one, and then we're going to go with Brawny for the extra constitution, and Stocky for the extra carrying capacity, and give him Lazy because the Pony doesn't have a profession anyway, so this is nothing. There is absolutely no downside to taking that there. You could take that with all the rest of the characters also instead of Drunkard, but Lazy cannot be cured, and Lazy is 5% less profession experience, and while profession experience is pretty easy to get early on in the game, it's a nice thing to be able to hit your levels quicker so that you can do some switching of professions early on. And now we'll begin the adventure. So that's the start. You can read it yourself when you start. We right away go here to the right, and then we're going to go over to our iron over here. Let's pause the game for a sec and head into our characters. And right away we're going to give them the Profession of Tinkerer, which is going to increase their critical hit by 2% each. Which, I mean, it's pretty much nothing, but it's better than nothing, and that's the only profession we have at the moment. So we continue to our iron. Are we going to get it before they meet us or not? Boom. No, we did not. Okay, so we get into our... Oh, yes, we did. Right away. So now we get into our battle. We know we've got 1, 2. All right. Where is the second one anyway? Oh, there it is. Okay. That's unfortunate. It's pretty far. Which means that we are not even going to be able to get into it on this turn, on this round. That is very unfortunate. That means that it's going to be able to come in and really hurt us. But you know, we're just going to deal with it as it comes. You won't really be losing this battle no matter how you look at it. But it would have been better if that unit had not been there, definitely. Okay. Now, you may be wondering why I did that instead of using my spear here. Because I wanted to get... First of all, I wanted him to move, and then I wanted to get him... you know, so he's attacking into something, so he doesn't move it away, because I don't want him to actually move it away. And I wanted the spear also be beside a unit, because you can have interactions thanks to proximity in battle. characters who are adjacent to other characters when they are attacking, even if that unit isn't in battle currently with the unit that it's attacking, can have buff to their interactions. They can become liked and stuff. So, and all you need is 3 interactions in order to get up to adored status, which will allow you to have a happiness buff during the rest. And there we go. We took him down. So we loot it, and we're gonna repair, because it doesn't really matter that much. Now Haroon, who has increased up, we give him Valorous support, and we look, nope, not 2 movement, then we're not going to do it. Not at the moment. Right now that's not necessary, so we're not going to do that. Right now our first thing to do, currently, is to go and get our rope from over here. So rope is going to allow us to build pitons with the iron ore, and pitons will allow us to move around cliffs. So very important thing to get quite early on. You want to have a few pitons in your inventory. I usually will get about 4 right now. You don't have enough. You don't have a lot of money at at the moment, so you don't want to necessarily overdo it. But there's that. Now we're going to build one. Okay, we're going to get him here, here, there. Beyond is right there. So we get Beyond. Beyond is going to be our Tinker, because we want Beyond to have a lot of critical hit. Beyond is going to be huge in terms of our damage output once she gets into being a support tank. So at the moment we always want to be using her for anything that we're doing. Now we can craft one, get us up to 65, boom. Okay, so you see we're close to getting a KP at the moment, and by, whoop, I forgot to get him back onto it. There we go, and him onto there. We get ourselves this wood right here, so now this one you don't have to worry about. This could be sort of a noob trap or something, I don't know. People could be afraid of getting into it, but you can leave it all the time. You don't have to fight that battle until you want to fight that battle. It will scale with you, but it's never really a hard battle. So now we have 19 influence currently. We're going to persuade him for 15 influence because, you know, we have enough influence to do it, right? And we say to ourselves, of course, because these are our choices. We're going to get Urkashet into the minor profession, because it fits Urkashet well in terms of what you're going to be doing with Urkashet. The fact that it's a strength-based character and a tank, you know, strength helps tanks a bit more than it helps DPS units, from the simple fact of the tank, I guess, being less, you don't need to be killing as much with the tank, right? And there you go. So we got our 15 influence back. Boom, back down to 19. And we've got 17. So we go back in, now that we've got our 17 iron ore, and we're going to create ourselves 1 lockpick and 1 fishhook. Boom. So there's some KP that we just got, and we're going to hit run, because that's the first one we're going to have at the moment. And we can leave it go. Now we're going to be able to run, obviously. So, whoop, I've got to remember Not to push push both buttons so much. All right. So here we're going to pause right away because we've got this. This is actually a storage area. You don't want to empty it ever. You just keep it there and you can store your stuff there. So that you have, we're going to take 3 of those. Yeah, get that back there, and we go with 3. There we go. Okay. Now, fill this again. Okay, we go with 3 more pitons. Boom, now we've got our 4. 4 is a great amount to have. We're going to need a few more eventually. But at the moment, that 4 is going to be enough for us. And we can run into town, and we get another KP as we run into town for some extra. Now we can go with either career plans or smooth talk. Personally, I enjoy doing smooth talk myself. You could go with career plans too. You could probably spend that influence a bit earlier, but you don't really have that much influence at the moment, so it doesn't really matter which order you're going to be doing them in because we're going to be getting another one right away as well. So we head here, grab ourselves, what are we looking at? Okay, yes, we grab ourselves 3 leather at the moment. That's all we're going to be getting. And we head back out and we go to Master Hulin's Forge, and we're going to be getting our smith, which is Arthur. That also makes sense because smiths give strength. So as you can see here, he's getting his con from Miner, but Miner will give con and strength actually. And sorry, the blacksmith will only give you strength as your bonus. So, and then we hit in to getting ourselves the rags, which was why we had 3 leather and 3 cloth in order to hit our rags up right away. And there we go. So we hit our rags perfect, and we're going to give them to Haroon. Haroon, which is the first one who has some new stuff. And that looks nice on him having that new stuff for him. And then we head back to our place. We look at here, consumption of 18. Sorry about that. So our consumption of 18, we get 4 per on these guys. So we've got 32, 32, and 16, which is 48. It gives us 2 days. It's not much. What we're going to do right now, though, is we're going to talk to Raynar. Whoops, sorry. No, we leave from talking to Raynar first. So first we go and we take some... Look at our... Okay. We take some pottery. Alright, here we go. Pottery, we're down to 8 right now. And then we're going to head in and buy ourselves some food. We can start getting our cherries. Cherries are great whenever you have the opportunity to start accumulating cherries. You want to start accumulating cherries because eventually you're going to have a brewing vat which will allow you to transform cherries, every 3 cherries, into 2 brandy. And brandy is a pretty necessary thing for quite a few recipes in terms of food, and also your incendiary flasks. The incendiary flasks, which are in the alchemy tree, are going to necessitate brandy. So it's always a good thing to have some brandy. Although, you know, this particular one, it's not important for us. We're just getting it for the food buff at the moment. And we need some alcohol. So we're going to have to go after the alcohol right now. Right away. First, we're going to go to here, and you see we only have 2 gold left, right? So we're going to speak to him. Sorry. There you go. So that was a mistake. That was pretty stupid. But anyway, we've only got 10 gold right now. We're going to speak to him, and it's going to require 10 gold, and boom. And what does he done do? He done stole from us. But he done stole 0 because that's all we have available to us. So we're going to leave here and rush down to see this little guy who just stole from us. And he's like, oh, what the hell is happening now? So we're going to threaten him to get 20 gold, which if you had 20 gold in your inventory before speaking to him and gave him 10 gold, for example, if you had 30 gold, you gave him 10 gold, he would have stolen 20 gold from you. But this way, he couldn't steal anything from us, so we just got it back, and we're going to fight him. Easy fight, obviously. We'll just head in with our guys one at a time and just kill them without using anything, really. Simple win. Just doing some backstab, I suppose. We could use our Wrath on him, but we don't really want to use KP at the moment for nothing. And we don't even need to backstab him on this one anyway. There you go. He's down, he's dead. And we're going to get some more gold. Boom, 24. So we just made 44 gold. Yeah, I made a mistake before because I didn't have the 10. I just, brain fart, whatever. So we're going to head back to town now, and we need to rest. As you can see, we need to rest. We're going to head back to town, and we're going to go buy some alcohol because we need alcohol right now. We need alcohol. We need it all. No worries on that front. 14 crowns left, and we can see 2 days and 5 hours. All right, no problem there. We are going to rest right now. Do our rest. 1, 2, 3, 4. Boom. We needed 4. We've got 4. We've got 5 here. And we've got 1 around each one at the moment because we want to be getting our happiness up to 15 in order to start tanking our happiness later. So there you go, 5 extra happiness. And we run down here, well, to speak to him, just to speak to him, even though he's got nothing really to be able to offer to us. Yeah, he's got nothing that's to offer to us, really. Not at the moment. So we leave there, we depart, and we head up. That was our first day. And we're going to head up now to the lumber mill that's right here. Yep. We head into the lumber mill, and we go after our ornate key. The ornate key, which we use immediately to go down here. And we don't speak to any of these people. Alright? Don't speak to them. If you speak to them, you're going to have to fight your way out of this, or use influence in order to persuade the person to allow you to do something for them. So we're just not going to bother with that. We're just going to get our knowledge point. There's another knowledge point for us, and now we can get fast training or career plans. Considering the fact that we've already got 27, we can go ahead into career plans right away. And we can actually increase her rune now because we've got enough to be able to spend to give her the movement that we want, which is our double movement play there. And the next one, obviously, we're going to go fast training in order to get some new people. And we head out from here because we've got what we needed to get from there. We head out, and we're going to head. Whoop. Not forgetting about that. Now we're going to head to the new region, or a new region, I should say. We're just going to run away from these guys because we don't really want to fight against them. Oh, Just made it. Just made it. That's alright. And they come back after us. Are they going to be able to catch us or not? Are they going to be able to catch us or not? Oh, yes, they are. We're able to catch us. That's alright. We didn't really want to fight this. It doesn't really matter that much. This is a pretty simple battle. A raider, he has a coup de grace skill, which is a setup skill, which means that we don't even have to worry about him at all for the first round, as long as we can get everyone out of his way for the second round. So we're going to start, as we usually do, with Arthur, because, well, it's Arthur. So we're going to get here in order to start locking people into positions at the moment, and we're going to do this right now. So this is going to allow us to actually put him, you see we're blocking him from getting into a proper position to set his skill up against two people, so he can't actually get into Arthur to attack Arthur. The only thing that he can do is set his skill up against Urkashet right now. And there's the skill set up against Urkashet, and Urkashet is not engaged from that skill, which means that Urkashet can still run around afterwards, as long as we play Urkashet before him, who's playing here. Now we run into the henchman. Ooh, this is okay. No, that's fine. We're going to run into the henchman right now, and we're going to do even better than that because we can effectively move him and stop him. And there you go. He just lost that. We get ourselves a VP from it. Because remember, we're very weak at the moment. We have no armor to speak of, as you can see from the way they just rattled our brains. So it can be difficult for us, right? It can be difficult for us to properly. And we set up. Let's set up here. It can be difficult for us to get everything right every time in terms of killing them without taking any damage. Right? No. We are going to take some damage. It's for sure that we're going to take some damage, and this one could be very dangerous. We're going to have to move him down from here, so we maintain our attack. We get, and there you go. I'm going to start using that KP because we have to. We don't have a choice right now. They still have a lot of armor. They're much better armor than we are. We have barely any damage. So, and here we go. Here we go there. Yep. And take it down. There you go. And then we go back into him on a backstab and a front stab, and he's dead. He's dead on this turn. He can almost kill us, but he'll take the bleed damage and die anyway. He's going to set up his hit, which we are just going to move him out of immediately. There we go, and we can move down to here. Give side Jan, give her some healing, even though I don't think we can pull her back up to not taking an injury. I'm pretty sure she is going to take an injury no matter what. So there's that, but you know, whatever. It's still over right now. So we had to fight repair, and there you go. That's it. Jan needs it for heal. Urkashet take the level? The Urkashet can take the level immediately. That's a very nice thing. We're going to get him as a destroyer so that he takes in heavy armor. And we run up here. Let's go sell this. Whoop. There we go, some pound free. I'm gonna go sell this. Our axe. We sell the axe. And there we go. That's pretty much it. We can upgrade, we can start upgrading, but we don't have money to do that at the moment. So at the moment we're not going to be doing that. And I keep on doing the same thing. This is not something that you should be doing ever. Having them be slow like this, it's not good. And there you go. So what you just saw was placing the two pittons. Boom. And we get another point. So we can now go with our fast training. And if you'll give me a moment, I'm going to go off to check on something. I'll be right back. Okay, so another rest. Now we've got some more iron ore. We've got some more. We got some of these. This is good. But we're going to hit the iron ore up a bit because we want Beyond to get up a level. So we're going to create with Beyond some more lockpicks. We could create fishhooks too. It doesn't really matter what we create. Create them one at a time. It could be +6. Usually when you create 2, it'll give you +11. So, I don't know. Whatever. There you go. And then we go to sleep. I'm going to hit 4. 1, 2, 3, and 1. And there you go. And we're up to 15 happiness. We are up to 15 happiness. And we have 14 hours left for the next day. There's usually something here. That's why I went there. Oh no, it's here, sir. Oh, fuck. Again. That's really unfortunate, but you can run up there and get some more snow irises. But in the end, this has cost us This has cost us. We still have weakening to reduce the damage. So here we've got to play that puzzle. And the way we're going to play the puzzle is to attack him first, come back up into here, and then use him to come down and around. There we go. And we hit him again with another one of those, and a full one. And then doesn't die, but he's very close to death. The VP was worthwhile in that sense. And then we attack into our henchman again. He's going to place his skill, attack, and he kills himself. So there's that right there. And we hit him with this, and gives us... Oh, that's too bad. That's really too bad. We didn't have the space right here in order to run through. But that's okay. We can still come down and hit him here. Run through the turn. And then use him to send him flying. Come back down. Pass on. And come in, hit, and come back in to do another hit. There we go. He sets himself up, and we attack from behind to kill the guy. Not quite. Now he's dead. Then we can come behind in order to... Here we go. Set him moving. Attack with Arthur. Attack with Ricochet. And attack with Beyond. Yeah, he sets himself up, and we get attacked Beyond to end it. So we gain a level with Arthur now. And Arthur gets that too. That's beautiful. Wonderful. This is really, really nice. Get ourselves into our tank forming with Arthur, destabilizing strike, giving us destab to reduce guard to 0. Head back up to get those flowers and get them twice. That happens almost every time. I don't know why. The first time you come into the game, that happens every single time. You can actually hit that one for twice when you start. I don't know if it's my system, but every time I start, that one has a double iris to give me. Let's look at what we've got. Okay. run just a bit into the forest, and boom. Improvised burning steak. Okay. Now then, we've got another rest to take. Pay it out. Boom. Brings us down to 2. And well, we've got no food left. 18. And we're gonna lose 2, or we're getting 2 anyway from all the guys around here. We could have had Beyond working, and we should have had Beyond working actually, but it's not really that much of an issue anyway. Okay. Oh, let's get out of there. We've had enough of these ridiculous fights. Alright, come here. Now we can sell our pottery and buy some more stuff. Buy 2 of those. Buy 1 of these. So we've got some money for some food. We need some food right now. We'll need mostly. Here we go. Beans. Beans are a great source of food. We buy some honey also. Beans are a great source of food in this game. They allow you to build other things also, but they're just a good source in and of themselves. You won't usually hit a sick unit. One of the problems is eating raw meat is really bad for your people. Eating raw mushrooms is actually really bad too, even though mushrooms are not cooked. But so Haroon goes alchemist. Because again, Haroon, it doesn't really matter what she has. She's going to be a scholar. So it doesn't matter what she has right now, as long as she comes in as a scholar later. So we're going to reduce our food consumption. Having 3 less food consumption will allow us to take a new pony for at 21. Maybe. Or we could start learning. No, we're going to go with the ration. We just wanted the KP on that one. So alright. Let's look at what we've got available to us. The Targe. But we need some other, so. So this is one of the slower parts of the game. If you don't use an exploit right now, it can get slow. It is slow. I personally still find it fun, but for the purposes of the video, I'm going to jump through and actually use an exploit, which is a money exploit, and I'll show you how that works. Okay. Yes, here we go, an aptitude point. That's beautiful. That is beautiful. Let's go with some more move. And we come over here and we place ourselves another pitten. So I'm going to head back up that pitten, sorry. That was a mistake, I shouldn't have gone down it in the first place. We head into here, and we're going to give Horroon another job. We're going to have Horroon become a thief. And we're going to have her steal. Boom. Boom. Huge, isn't it? Level 4, boom, got access to the black market in one shot. That's how you do that. Okay, I'm gonna head down here. Whoop. There's some guards, we don't want to meet them. We do not want to meet them. We're gonna head up here. Run a bit. And come on, boy. Here we go, get some mushrooms on our way, because mushrooms are cool, they're a 2 food source. And Lakeside Camp. Oof, we got there. Now we talk to Pelion, or whatever the hell his name is going to be in your game. And there you go, 750. We did that, and we can leave now. Just head out, take some of that, and run back over to... Oop, there we go. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Let's talk to these guys. These guys seem like they're not very happy about something. Yeah, sure, let's pay that. There's 40 gold well spent. Get our those, and we can continue on our merry way with 700 gold more in the bank. And there you go. We can sell again. And buy. Much better purchasing power now. So let's look at what we have. 95. We need a cooking pot, which is 4 and 8. Alright, so does he have... We need some iron. How much iron did we put in our storage? Well, we put 12 iron in our storage, so we got no worries on that. Let's take it all. Put this in here, I suppose. Put this in here. And just take 4 out. Isn't that right? Yes, cooking pot 8 and 4. Okay. Now we can create our cooking pot with Beyond. Boom. Put it in the field and put it beside Haroon. Yeah, actually, I'm going to change this in terms of what each one of them is, just because later it's going to help me later. Okay, now Haroon, we can change her to a, and we only need 1. Okay. We need to gain 1. We need to look for what we can do to gain 1. What can we do? We can build a Targe. Yep, we need only wood and leather. Leather we can get from the Strongcap Market, and wood, let's go and see if we can get some wood. Oh, that is nice. Okay. Wheat. We want that wheat. We do indeed want that wheat. Completely and totally want that wheat. So we're going to go after that wheat. We're going to steal it. Yep. And that's it. We stole some wheat. There we go. Okay. Can we get wood? Did we already take the wood? No, we didn't take the wood. Perfect. We go after the wood with... There you go. Giving us 10 wood, which really helps out for us. So we can build a Targe or 2. Or 2, indeed. A Targe or 2. I don't think we can get there though. And if we can't get there, we don't have enough. Yeah, we can get there. We can get there. We can get there. Can't we? Can't we? Come on. There you go. We got there. Okay. Because if this bar maxes out, you lose a unit. So now we're going to got 1. Yes, we're going to make 1 salt. Leave here. Go in here. Use him. Get him as a cook. And then we're going to cook some bread. Boom. It gives us our point. Our KP, we take that KP and we put it into grilled pork. Boom, and now we can craft the lectern. Now we can craft the lectern. And here it is for 2 leather, 2 cloth, 2 iron, and wood. So wood currently is our stopping point. I mean, we have enough right now to be able to build a lectern, but all of our guys still have drunkard. So it's not necessarily the best thing to do right now to build lectern. Even though you could say, yeah, I could get another, 25 right off the bat KP. But right now, I'm working on drunkard. The first one is the hardest one to get down. So I want to get him down, and then we can work on getting the lectern and getting that out. Right now we're going to use our money in order to get some pork, because we can feed ourselves off of pork quite well. And we're going to go up to 21, which means 3. Okay, here we go. 6 and 6 right there. Head back into here. take the run in and sleep. Here we go. Build ourselves 6. First craft bonus. And what do we got? 54. We're going to sleep right now. Right away. Sleepy sleep. I think we need 1. Yes, we need 1. And 1 of those. Okay. Boom. So we're still in the positive, right? Now, on the next rest, we're going to have to pull Beyond back in order to have her add to our happiness. So, there's that. And we're just going to buy a bit more food. So cherries, as I said, we keep on accumulating cherries. I've got too much stuff right now. I shouldn't have done that. That was a mistake on my part. Again. Well, this is going to take a while. This is indeed going to take a while. Back off to Cordia. Ooh, this is a nice little armor, isn't it? It's light though, so plus it's level 2. Here we go. We're gonna have to start offsetting with all of our units on, basically. All of our units around the campfire. There you go. Still offsetting it. Of course, let's go with the relations. Okay, now we're going to go get a beastie. We're gonna go get a beastie. We'll get the beastie from over here. Whoop. Small beastie. It's a pony. We're getting a pony. I could have hidden stuff there, but well, I messed that up, so there's that. And boom, here's our little guy to recruit. Thank you, pony. And pony at level 2. Let's get some. Oh, you can't. Okay. So there we go. I'll finish this one here because it's been a bit long anyway. Renaming our pony, coming back into Strongcap to be able to sell all this stuff. So we'll start right back where this one finishes off.